But the execution of Kasab as having sent messages, as having shown that India will get tough on terror. Tell us, what is your government doing to bring back, to capture and perhaps to execute the other masterminds behind 2611 who are hiding in Pakistan, sir?
Whoever is guilty of terrorist acts against the state and killing of innocent people has to be dealt with as severely as the law permits, and that is what the Indian legal system would ensure.
We are in fact overlooking a very important news item that appeared this week itself, and the news item is Lakhvi, who is in jail in Rawalpindi since 4 years. He has fathered a child still being in jail, that he has been kept as a state guest rather than a terrorist. So in fact this Kasab hanging, who was a small pawn in the whole deal, should not be taken as a closer report, should not be taken as a sense of closer report for the whole event. Rather, with a new vigor, we should begin this whole investigation to see that the justice
Brigadier
is
Mishra.
I just want to mention, Kandahar was mentioned here. I'm the only Indian Army officer who has actually assaulted an aircraft which was hijacked and the hijacker was killed. Now, I want to tell you that this Kasab was not anywhere from LET or Al-Qaeda or Taliban. And his release for that hijack wouldn't have taken place because he was ISI man. And ISI is an important organization there which is creating terror here. So therefore, if we are scared that we should defense man, I understand that you should have a special terrorist trial courts instead of going through the entire process.
No, I fully share the Brigadier's point of view. Now, for example, income tax, they got special tribunals. Now, it should be no appeal.
Okay, but let me ask Mukesh Agarwal this. Mukesh Agarwal, you're a survivor. The survivors of 2611 have done a stellar job of keeping the pressure on the government, making sure that they acted against Ajmal Kasab. Are you and your colleagues going to keep the pressure going on the government to bring back the others, to continue the diplomatic and other pressures on Pakistan, to hand over the majors and the colonels and the captains who planned this operation, who trained people like Ajmal Kasab?
It's not only me, it's the entire Indian public has to keep pressure. There are plenty of more Kasabs are there in India, are there working outside India. So you have to just see everything. When we have pressure put on him, government can do a lot.
Okay. So the pressure will be put. Let me ask Samir
later down.
Okay, so Samir Kaul of the PDP is also with us. I was talking earlier about Muslim communities and how they are seeing this. Kashmir, Srinagar, the valley. What's the response?
Before you ask me that question, with your permission, good evening, gentlemen. Right, to ask and start debating whether is the fact that you make somebody live, repent, and agonize through his entire life not a better deterrence than ending his life at one go?
So you're appealing,
and therefore really
you're asking the question,
elevating him.
Should India, even with terrorists like Ajmal Kasab, have the death sentence, practice capital punishment? 150 countries across actualize about this, but you're affected. This argument that the death penalty is barbaric and needs to be done away with, how do you respond to that?
This penalty was very delayed, a very long awaited penalty. No other chance, one should leave for it. That's all I can say.
Well, having just heard from a survivor of 2611, it's a good moment to take a quick break in the show. We'll be back in just 2 minutes where we'll talk more about the death penalty. But before we take this break, take a quick look at this poetic montage that was created for NewsX by the lyricist Prasoon Joshi in memoriam to 2611 and its victims and its survivors. Take a look. It's not an easy thing to put a man to death, even if he may be a terrorist. 150 countries in the world, their names will soon be up on the television for viewers to see, have abjured the death sentence. They've given up capital punishment. These same countries also face terrorism. They also face terrible crimes. But they believe the death sentence isn't the right response. Because in India, can we ever get to that point if terrorism continues?
I think it will happen because we've already started talking about it this evening. And even before this, we talk about it, we'll debate about it, more and more people will understand that it's been clearly proven that the death, a quick death, is not the best deterrent that you can have. In fact, making somebody live and repent, and if not reform, but agonize.
I can see the BJP cringing as you hear that, because you're the nationalist muscular party.
No, it's not that. I just wanted to ask a very small question to my able doctor friend, because I'm a surgeon. I just wanted to ask you that, is it the same reason as to why you still stand with Afzal Guru's not being hanged, or is it a reason beyond that?
No.
Is it just human reason or something beyond that?
No, there's one more question which I want to put. What is most dreaded thing by human beings? What is most dreaded thing? The most dreaded thing is death, and not suffering in the jail. And therefore, if that is the most dreaded thing, then I think capital punishment or hanging as a punishment, it is exemplary. That is one issue. Second issue, I just want to bring out the attitude of the nation. Today, the way we are debating, talking whole day on television, as if the entire terrorism in the country has finished with Afzal Guru's hanging. Is that so? The foreign minister, he made a statement that we have sent a strong message to Pakistan. Is this a strong message? When Pakistan is not even recognizing that this Kasab has been a citizen of that place. Now, what is strong message? I think if there was a hot pursuit in J&K, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and then in hot pursuit we killed somebody, that would have been a strong message. And I think the attitude has been lackadaisical, and the way we are doing this, we cannot stop.
Okay, Amarjit Kaur of the CPI has just joined us. I think she's having audio problems. Sanjay Hegde, you take it up.
Look, I have 8 death sentences from the Supreme Court.
Because you prosecuted 8 people.
Because I was the prosecutor. It still does not sit very easy on me. It is a distasteful job, but sometimes necessary.